Shalom, shalom. This is the witness report. The purpose of this video is to reach the whole world. This is a video presentation, and I want to use this to address the Jewish brothers, our Jewish brothers, the Hebrew Israelites in diaspora, and Igbo people in Nigeria and in all parts of the earth. On the Igbo DNA result of 5th August 2017 by Rabbi Benis of Jewish Voice Ministry International, USA. The purpose of that result is to establish Igbo Jewish origin. Please, you can reach us or reach me via scripturetruthgroup@gmail.com, scripturetruthgroup@gmail.com, or yhwhfamily@hotmail.com. I want to use this video to prove scientifically that Igbo people of Nigeria are Israelite clan of God, son of Jacob. In the month of February, a team of Jewish Voice Ministry International arrived in Nigeria. They came to southeast Nigeria to collect 124 Igbo males' saliva samples, precisely on 6th and 7th February 2017. And these salivas were collected to prove Igbo Jewish origin. On 5th of August, Rabbi Benis returned to Igbo land, that is southeast Nigeria, with 3 other staff of Jewish Voice Ministry International. And Rabbi Benis read a report. He read a letter dated 28 July 2017 from Family Tree Laboratory, USA, which concluded that Igbo people do not have any connection with Jewish community because the DNA result do not compare with any current 9 Jewish DNA database result, as we shown you or we've seen here. Rabbi Benis says that the Jewish community DNA result database are as follows. That is E1B, G or E group, G group, J1, J2, R1A group, R group, N group, Q group, T group. This is what he submitted as 9 haplo group DNA for Jewish community. From this, it is clear that Jacob and his children shouldn't have 9 different DNA. They should have 1 haplogroup DNA or haplotype DNA, not 9 different DNA groups. So we are going to look at this result of Jewish Voice Ministry International and look at DNA database result for Jewish community and compare the results submitted by Rabbi Benis of Jewish Voice Ministry International and the database, DNA database for Jewish community. We have another source, a source from Israel submitted the following as DNA result for determining the Jewish or Jews and Israelites in Israel. And these are the haplogroup determining the Jews and Israelites in Israel. But before I show you this and before we look at this, it's actually the DNA result is actually for Jews and Israelites. And I want to let you know who those who are Jews and also those who are Israelites. The Jews are the Turks, the Sephardic, Ashkenazim, the Kazans, the Armenians, the Ingoj, and the Bahrains, who now reside within the state of Israel, referred to as Israeli Jews. So it is clear that the Jews are foreigners. They are also convert to Judaism or convert to the religion of the Hebrew Israelite, as handed over to them by the creator of the universe, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, and to Israelites, to the Israelites through Moses. So we look at those who are Israelite, and we see the Israelites are the 12 sons of Jacob, and their descendants called the 12 tribes of Israel, now scattered on the four corners of the earth. So the difference between the Jews and the Israelites are very clear, that these Jews are foreigners. They are either the people from Turkey or the people from Bahrain, the people from Germany, people from Russia, the people from the Arab states surrounding Israel. So these are the Jews. They are foreigners and convert, proselyte to the religion of the Israelite. And we have the Israelite as the descendant of the 12 sons of Jacob. So when we look at these haplogroups determining who is a Jew and who is an Israeli, we see also different haplogroups. We see N, you see A group, you see B group, you see E group, you see the E group. We see G group, you see J group, you see R group, you see T group. So we have this as determining DNA result for Jewish community. Rabbi Benny submitted on 5th of August 2017 that the Igbo people of Nigeria, that this is their DNA haplogroup E1A. So if we go by this, we've seen that according to Rabbi Benny's or Jewish Voice International stroke family tree result, we've seen that the Igbo people of Nigeria, according to the DNA that he submitted, that they are also part of Hebrew Israelite from the DNA shown here, E1A. This is what he submitted. So, but I believe that it's not possible to have different haplogroups for one family, the family of Jacob. It's not going to be possible, but I'm going to explain all that. So, we are going to look at the scientific evidence that prove the Jews are not true Israelite, and also we're going to look at scientific evidence also prove that Igbo people of Nigeria are the true Israelite. We look at the Canaanites, according to the the Jewish community DNA determining result. We see J2, there. Also, we've seen J1. We saw J2, we saw J1, we saw E group, we saw R group, and J group, whether it's J1 or J2, this DNA belongs to the Canaanites. The Canaanites, the Samaritans, even the Samaritans, those who are a Kohen right now in Israel, including the Samaritans of the Ashkenazim of Polish ancestral. And also we see the Hebrew Israelite, we see their DNA is E1B1A. I'm going to explain all this, but I want to let you know that this haplogroup submitted by Israel as a determining DNA result for Jewish community, they are very ambiguous, because you see different race and people who are converted to Judaism, converted the way of worship, the religious way of the people of Israel. We see even their DNA haplogroups also included in this place, like the Canaanites. I will tell you who are the Canaanites. I will tell you those who are the Samaritans and the Samaritan Kohen family too. I'm going to explain that. And also I will explain to you those who are Hebrew Israelites. Then we go down to the next page. The next page is who are the Canaanites. Who are the Canaanites? The Canaanites are the descendants of Ham. They were the occupant of the land of Israel, with Hittite, Perizzite, Hivite, and Jebusite before the Hebrew Israelites reclaim it in 1294 BC. That is Hebrew 2556. That means before Israelites went back to this land, the land called the Canaan land, or the land of the Philistine. The Canaanites were there. They made the Canaanites there. They made the Hittite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and Jebusite there. So they do not share the same haplotype DNA with this Canaanite. Who are the Samaritans? The Samaritans, as we look, we're going to see those who are the Samaritans, as I'm explaining right to you right now. When you get back to 2 Kings 17:24, from there we'll see the king of Ashur or Assyria. He brought and he brought the Babylonians, the Kuthites, and the Awanians, the Hamathites, and the Sepharvaim, and they took possession of Samaria. These people took possession of Samaria. Samaria is the capital of northern Israel, the ancient northern Israel. Samaria was the capital. So Assyria invaded Israel then, and took the Israelites to Assyria, and replaced the Israelites of the northern tribe or northern part of Israel with the Babylonians, the Kuthites, the Awanians, the Hamathites, and the Sepharvaim. Then in 2 Kings 17:27 and 28, we see that these people had problem dwelling in the land of Israel, that the northern Israel. So the king of Assyria had to send a priest from the family. These priests were among the Israelites who were exiled from the north Israel. The priest and his family came and they dwelt in north Israel. and taught the people the way how to worship Yahweh, how to worship the creator of the universe, how to, obey him and the true worship. So these people lived in Israel, and today they still there living in Israel. So these are the Samaritans. They are Babylonians and the Kuthites and the Awanians, the Hamathites and the Sepharvaim. So these people, it's not possible these people should share the same DNA with the house of Israel that were then in the southern part of Israel and those that were exiled to Assyria. So we have seen it. We have seen it clearly that the Canaanites are not Israelites, the Samaritans are not Israelites, but they were converts and invaders of the land of Israel. You were convert to Judaism, convert to the religion of the Jews or religion of the Hebrew Israelites, and also some of them were invaders of the land of Israel. We are going to look at Remi Ilona's results. We are going to look at Professor Remi Ilona's result and prove scientifically that the Igbos of Nigeria are Hebrew Israelite, Jews or not. We are going to prove it with this result conducted on Professor Remi Ilona. And from what I can show you here, the result shows that Professor Remi Ilona's family are currently residing in Nigeria. So most of them are currently residing in Nigeria. This is Nigeria, this is more of Africa, this is Nigeria. And we also see that Professor Remi Ilona's family were in Kenya. And this also shows that Professor Remi Ilona's family were in Middle East. So what happened is that Professor Remi Ilona's family were involved in the invasion of Assyria, in those who Assyria took captive to Assyria, that is the king of Assyria, or Ashur, took captive to Assyria. Remi Ilona's family were among the family that went to Assyria, and in Assyria they escaped and they passed through East Africa and also passed through Sudan, passed through Chad, and they get into Nigeria. So they actually moved from Israel to the Assyria, from Assyria to East Africa, and from there they went into West Africa. So this is a clear result that Professor Remi Ilona is a Hebrew Israelite, and his DNA haplogroup is E1B1A, and this is the haplogroup for Hebrew Israelite. So I'm going to also show you more videos. I'm going to also analyze more results coming. I have 6 results to present to you. 6 results to use prove scientifically that the Igbo people of Nigeria are Hebrew Israelites. This is part 1. Watch out for part 2 of my video presentation. Thank you and welcome. Shalom and remain blessed.